What's up, guys? Today marks 7 days post-op, exactly 1 week post my ACL surgery. Everything's been going well for the most part. I've been making a lot of progress. To be honest, a lot more progress than I anticipated going into the surgery. It's definitely going by a lot quicker than my last ACL reconstruction. But granted, last time it was an ACL and meniscus, which I believe the meniscus portion kind of complicates things. So, the day of the operation, last Wednesday, August 12th, I showed up at 9:30 in the morning. I think I was already inside in the waiting room, like where they start prepping you by like 10:30. They start sticking you with the IV, they start talking to you, nurses start chatting you up, anesthesiologists, the surgeons come in, they kind of brief you on how things are going to go. They start talking to you about the nerve block. I know with me, the anesthesiologist, they were trying to ask me whether I wanted the nerve block before the surgery or after the surgery. I kind of just told them whatever the doctor thinks is best. They ended up giving me the nerve block post-operation. So then you wake up from the operation, with the general anesthesia is kind of wearing off, but you still feel kind of loopy, you're out of it. Everyone's still trying to talk to you. They're trying to tell you what's up, post-op instructions. The doctor had actually told me that I was allowed to walk on my leg with the brace in full extension. But I just remember being very scared, and mentally I was like nervous because I was very paranoid that it would re-tear. So I was using the crutches. The first 2 days I was prescribed Norcos or hydrocodone, I believe it's called, Norcos, whatever you want to call it, and then baby aspirin, 81 milligrams. I'm not sure the dosage on the Norcos, but I was prescribed those two things. So I started taking those as soon as I got home. Now, the Norcos, personally, I felt like didn't help very much. The last time I had my ACL surgery back in high school, the Norcos that they gave me were a much bigger pill and they had red spots on them. Pretty much the Norcos last time, I think, helped 10 times more because I remember I had zero pain taking those Norcos. But when I took these Norcos, like, it didn't help for anything. So, I would take them every 4 hours as prescribed. Day 2, I started walking around. I was using the crutches as a mental kind of reinforcer. Even though I was told I was physically capable of doing it, mentally I was still kind of doubting my new ACL. So I kind of had the crutches with me as I was walking but I was slowly starting to make an effort to start like bearing the weight on my legs actually, and slowly lean off the crutches. And then I started PT later in day 2. I was prescribed a couple exercises, and from that point on, I've been doing those exercises like 2 to 3 times every day. Really working on trying to get my mobility, the swelling in the ice, trying to do a lot of elevation and some icing. I think day 2, I could only get like 10 degrees of flexion. Day 3, completely stopped the crutches. I took it very slow. I had someone kind of hold me just in case, or I had someone besides me just in case, and I was taking baby steps, just like this, like little baby steps, trying to get accustomed to walking and bearing weight on my leg. Of course, the brace is still locked in full extension, but by then I was able to get around like 20 to 30 degrees of flexion. Then I started taking ibuprofen because, again, the Norcos were not helping at all. The pain was always there. And it could be because it was still recent, but again, I don't remember this level of pain the last time I had the surgery. So I started taking, I think it was a 600 or 800 milligram ibuprofen, just kind of off the counter, every 8 hours, I believe it was. Then I was reading on Reddit that some people were taking Aleve. That's when I started taking Aleve later that night. I remember, I think by the third day, or the third night, I was sleeping a little better. Just for reference, the first 2 nights, it was probably like 2 to 4 hours of sleep a night. I think by day 3, I was being able to sleep a little longer. Days 4, flexion starts coming back. Started taking Aleve, I think 100%. I stopped the Norcos and stopped the ibuprofen. And the Aleves, I've been using the Aleve, I think, up until day 6. And it's been helping a lot, to be honest. The pain has gone away for the most part. Days 4 through 7, so these last couple days, I'm completely off the crutches, walking a little more comfortably now. I did notice my knee starts to pop, kind of like when your joints pop. I was told from my therapist that that's not a big deal. It's just kind of because your knee's like stagnant and like isolated in one position like all day. So then when you move it one way, it'll kind of pop. All right, so to show you guys what's up 7 days out, I'm gonna show you guys how I can move my leg and such. But you know, obviously here's your brace, you got your bandage. Here it tells you, you know, the degrees. If you can get a better look, it'll tell you the degrees, like -10, like hyperextending, 0 is like full extension, and then like it goes up to 90, and then you can adjust it and stuff. But if I was to unlock it, so unlocking it, kind of show you guys from the side, so without any assistance, I'm able to contract it only up to there, right? It's very hard, but it's really weird. But if I'm holding my brace in place, like so, if I just hold my brace in place, I am able to contract it all the way up to like 80, almost 90. And then again, I am able to extend my leg as such. When I'm eating or sitting at the table, I'll just kind of do this under the table. I'll make sure to put some socks on so my feet slide on the floor a lot easier than if you were barefoot. But you know, I'll just practice contracting my leg, really focusing on contracting your quad back here, or excuse me, your hamstring, and then you know, try not to use momentum or any assistance. And then again, I'll try and focus on slowly sliding my leg out that way. And then, so to kind of show you guys how it looks, 7 days out, I'm gonna unlock. Oh, shoot. Uh-oh. All right, so yeah, obviously, again, the band, take that off. And then you got your fresh bandages or gauze or whatever you're putting there. Obviously I've been changing these, I think, kind of frequently, but as you can tell, the brace with how tight you tighten the brace, it's gonna kind of indent your leg, your calves and such. So what I like to do if I'm like reading a book or laying down or watching a movie, I'll just kind of like take the brace off and the bandages, just to kind of let my leg air out and relax, because it can be very restricting at times. That, my friends, is the incision. So you can tell there's the steri strips. There's like the 2 pieces of stitching right there. Tomorrow is my first post-op appointment where I believe they take the steri strips out. I think so, and I'm not sure if they leave the stitches in or take those out, or if they're like degradable or your body absorbs them or whatever. But that's pretty much that. You know, there's another incision right here. I'm not exactly sure what they did here, but there's that. And then there's the gnarly, dreaded by some patellar big incision right here. Oh, that's gonna be a big scar. Personally, I think it looks cool, or I think it's gonna look cool, but anyways, there's a lot of bruising back here, some bruising on the inside back here as well. And then I have this fat bruise right here. Hasn't gone away since the operation. To be honest, I feel like the bruising wasn't as prominent the first 2 nights or the first 2 days after the operation. I felt like the bruising really picked up around day 3, but it's been kind of going away. You can't really tell, but there's some bruising right there, and then like down my calf. These ones have been kind of going away. I have been getting some bruising down by my ankles, but again, so this is pretty much how it looks 7 days out. It's pretty gnarly. Everything's numb around my knee. Like, I can't feel anything. Like, the feeling stops around here. The inflammation has been going down. I am able to wrap, if I was touching my thumbs, I could wrap them around my joint, my knee joint. Now, I wasn't able to the first 2 days or first 3 days. All right, and as you guys are able to see, I am able to walk like such. No problem. You know, again, when I first started walking, I was doing this, you know, very slow, but now I'm starting to, you know, I'm able to take bigger steps, kind of do that. That's pretty much the rundown for how this last week has gone.